Urgent Dallas Cowboys fans, do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel because here we bring you daily videos with the latest Dallas Cowboys updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, Cowboys Nation. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most pivotal moments in recent Dallas Cowboys history. A season that promised so much but ultimately left fans and analysts alike with a bitter taste in their mouths. We're talking about the 2025 season, a year marked by high hopes, intense battles, and a lot of questions that still linger. We're going to analyze every angle, what went wrong, what could have been, and what the future holds for America's team. So grab a cold drink, settle in, and let's unpack everything that's happening right now in the land of the star. Now, the big news that's shaking the Cowboys fan base to its core. BRIAN ScHOTTENHEIMER, in his first year as head coach, has reflected on a frustrating season. It's a moment of honesty, a candid look behind the curtain, revealing much more than just the score lines. The Cowboys ended the season with a 7-9-1 record, missing the playoffs for the first time since 2020, and breaking a 9-game winning streak against their NFC East rivals, the New York Giants. It's a shocking turn of events, especially considering the expectations that were set at the start of the year, with many believing that this team, led by Dak Prescott, had what it took to challenge for a deep playoff run or even a Super Bowl appearance. But as we all saw, the season unfolded differently. Prescott, in his 10th year, finished the year playing at a high level, starting all 17 games, showing resilience and leadership, yet still ending the year with no postseason appearance. That's a tough pill to swallow, especially for a quarterback who's been so consistent in his career, yet who now faces yet another chapter of unfulfilled potential. Prescott's words resonate with many fans. It's frustrating. Tired of it, I've got to deal with it, he said, a mixture of disappointment and determination in his voice. Imagine that, a quarterback who's been through so much, who's been the face of this franchise during some of its most turbulent times, now confronting the reality that even his best efforts didn't translate into wins when it mattered most. Let's take a moment to analyze what this means for Prescott and the team as a whole. Prescott has always been regarded as a resilient leader, someone who's capable of rallying the troops, inspiring hope even in tough times. But this season, despite his personal stats, 14 wins as a starter over the Giants and a solid performance overall, he's faced a new kind of frustration, the inability to convert individual effort into team success. His comment that this is probably the first season where I can't directly connect my play to the wins or losses highlights something crucial. It's a moment of introspection that many players go through, but for Prescott, it's especially meaningful because it signals a shift in how he perceives his role and the team's prospects. Now, what about the head coach, BRIAN ScHOTTENHEIMER? His candidness about being disappointed and his emphasis on accountability tell us a lot about his approach. He's not shying away from the tough questions. Instead, he's openly acknowledging that the season fell short and that we need to look and figure out why. It's a bold statement, especially for a first-year head coach, but it also shows a level of maturity and readiness to tackle the difficult task of rebuilding and improving. Schottenheimer's promise to get to the bottom of it and to work our asses off indicates a no-stone-unturned mentality. That's exactly what a team in transition needs, a coach willing to analyze every detail, from offensive schemes to defensive adjustments, special teams execution, and overall team mentality. In fact, this season's results have pushed the Cowboys into uncharted territory. Since 2002, they've never experienced back-to-back losing seasons, a streak now broken. That's a stark reality check. The expectations for this team, especially after last year's playoff appearance, were high. Fans and analysts alike believed that with Prescott at the helm and a talented roster, the Cowboys could finally take that next step toward consistent championship contention. Instead, the team ended with a disappointing record, and questions about its stability and future have taken center stage. Let's delve into the roster dynamics. Prescott, as the leader under center, has always been the linchpin. His durability, playing all 17 games, has been a hallmark. But this season, despite his consistency, the team couldn't find a way to close out games or execute when it counted. On the offensive side, we saw flashes of brilliance from Prescott, especially in crucial situations, but inconsistency plagued the team. The offensive line's performance, the play calling, and the supporting cast all had their moments, yet they couldn't sustain success over the course of the season. In the defense, which had its own set of issues, the inability to generate consistent pressure or create turnovers seemed to be a recurring theme. The Giants game, where the Cowboys lost 34-17, was emblematic of these struggles. The defense was unable to contain the Giants' offense, and Prescott's efforts to rally the team fell short. It's a stark reminder that football is a team sport. Individual brilliance only goes so far if the collective isn't firing on all cylinders. But what about the individual players? Prescott's leadership and resilience were evident, but the season also revealed some areas for growth. His performance in clutch moments, his decision-making under pressure, and his ability to elevate the team in critical junctures are all topics of intense debate. The fact that Prescott took accountability, saying he's frustrated but committed to working harder, shows a mature mindset. It's worth asking, can he rebound next year? Will his work ethic and leadership inspire a turnaround? Or are there deeper systemic issues that need addressing? The coaching staff under Schottenheimer has a huge task ahead. The off-season's focus on evaluation, as Schottenheimer mentioned, will be intense. Every aspect of the team will be scrutinized, from offensive schemes, defensive adjustments, special teams, to player development. The coaching staff plans to break down every play, every decision, and every missed opportunity. This is the kind of meticulous analysis that can turn a frustrating season into a stepping stone for future success. Now, let's put this in a broader context. The Cowboys have historically been one of the most successful franchises in NFL history, with multiple Super Bowl titles and a passionate fan base. But in recent years, the narrative has been one of inconsistency and unfulfilled potential. The 2025 season, in particular, has highlighted the need for a clear plan moving forward. The team's front office will need to make tough decisions, whether that's about roster adjustments, coaching staff changes, or strategic shifts. And what about the upcoming schedule? The Cowboys' final game of the season was against the Giants, a game Prescott called frustrating because he played at a high level but still couldn't secure the win. Moving into the offseason, every game, every practice, and every decision will be scrutinized. The team needs to build momentum, but as Schottenheimer pointed out, coming up short of their goals provides motivation. It's a chance to reevaluate, to reset, and to come back stronger. The question is, how will they do it? Can they harness that motivation and turn it into tangible results in 2026? Let's also compare the Cowboys' situation to other teams in the league. The NFL is a highly competitive league, and teams like Kansas City, Buffalo, and Cincinnati have set a standard of consistency at the top. The Cowboys, with their rich history and talented roster, have the pieces to compete, but they need a cohesive, disciplined approach. The recent struggles, particularly in close games, highlight areas where mental toughness and strategic execution will be critical. Looking ahead, the expectations for Prescott remain high. He's entering his 11th season, and at 33 years old, many wonder if this is the year he finally takes that leap toward elite quarterback status. Prescott himself has expressed a desire for greatness, emphasizing his work ethic and commitment to improvement. But greatness isn't achieved by words alone. It's earned through consistent performance, leadership, and strategic growth. The offseason will be pivotal for him, especially in terms of adapting to new schemes, refining his decision-making, and leading this team through its next chapter. The coaching staff's role will be equally crucial. Schottenheimer's approach, meticulous, detail-oriented, and analytical, suggests that they will leave no stone unturned. The postseason work he mentioned is about identifying weaknesses, developing solutions, and creating a culture of accountability. It's about transforming frustration into motivation and potential into results. This is the kind of leadership that can turn around a franchise, but it requires patience, discipline, and a clear vision. And as always, the fans' perspective will play a significant role in shaping the future. The disappointment of missing the playoffs isn't just a temporary setback. It's a call to action. Fans want to see consistent effort, strategic growth, and a team that fights every Sunday. The upcoming months will see intense debates, analyses, and hopes for a brighter future. The question remains, can the Cowboys leverage this disappointment into a catalyst for success? Can Prescott and Schottenheimer collaborate to build a team that finally fulfills its potential? Now, let's talk about the upcoming schedule. The Cowboys need to address their weaknesses, but they also have the opportunity to come back stronger. The off-season workouts, the draft, free agency, all these elements will be crucial in shaping the new roster. The team's young players, the veterans, the schematics, every detail matters when trying to turn around a 7-9-1 record. The pressure is on, but so is the motivation. Schottenheimer's commitment to evaluation and improvement signals that this team is serious about bouncing back. In conclusion, this season has been a roller coaster for Cowboys fans. It's a mix of frustration, hope, and a renewed sense of urgency. Prescott's leadership, Schottenheimer's analytical approach, and the passionate fan base create a perfect storm of potential. The road ahead might be challenging, but if there's one thing we know about the Dallas Cowboys, it's that they are never out of the fight. The 2025 season may not have ended the way anyone wanted, but it sets the stage for an even more intense and determined 2026. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this season? Do you believe Prescott can bounce back stronger than ever? How do you feel about Schottenheimer's approach and the team's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and IT makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let's continue with the big reveal.